Friday, the 28th, and we're just about at the end of the month and Halloween. Cheers, everyone. Yeah, just kind of one of those times when it's like, I could easily not make a video, for the day, but it's Friday, I'll go ahead and do it. And honestly, sometimes it'll be the little things that people say in the comments that will prompt me to say, to go ahead and sign on and say hello at the very least. So hello. Hello, family and friends. Hello, all of you folks who have been with me for a long time. That was part of what prompted me, Someone shared that they've been watching me since they were a teen, and now they're in their 20s. Yeah, I've been on here a long time. And every now and then I'll peek back at old videos and it'll be like, wow, yeah. Man, time has passed, Some of the backdrop when I had reel-to-reels and stuff, and just the way that I've, changed over the years. Still here. I received some VCLT. It's been a long time. Vinyl Community Love Train is what we used to call it when folks would send stuff to each other. When it was in the early days, Nowadays, with the economy being so bad, well, maybe I shouldn't say that, but just the fact that in general money is tight, it stands to reason that there's not a lot of VCLT going around. So I was really happy to receive some, and it's obvious that the records were sent to me as a gift, not to be reviewed as such, because they're older, they're not new. And I don't know who sent this to me. There was the address on the box. I didn't look at it closely. I think it's from the West Coast. But thank you very much for sending me these two albums. Motion graphics. I knew about this because I like video, and one of the things I do is look for interesting visual work. Vimeo is a good outlet for that. And I came across their video for the opening track on this, where you see this graphic in motion. Actually, my initial impression was, especially with the name of the band being Motion Graphics, or the project, was that somehow this is a technology-based project. Apparently it's one person, Joe Williams. I like stuff like this where it's not exactly clear what is going on and why. I like music that uses technology. I like electronic music. This is intriguing on all fronts, and I'm still not sure what I'm listening to with it. So, and I like that. So these are the sort of records that are fun to come back to and listen to and to decipher. They also sent me this album, which appears to me to be somehow related, even though it might not be. Visible Cloaks, another great graphic. Invisible Cloaks doing Lex. Here's another one that is tied to video work, which I've watched online. I like this a lot. Again, they seem somehow related. But I like stuff like this a lot. It's again, it's not immediately decipherable what it's about. It's instrumental for the most part. It sounds like it's electronic based, or it's like, I'm not exactly sure what all the sound sources are that I'm hearing, but I like it, and I like those graphics a lot. So whoever sent this to me, thank you very much. I just want to say to the person over in Europe who has still not received the Egypt CD, I refunded you. this happens. It's happened to me where someone has sent me something or I've sent something overseas and it'll show up months later, and unfortunately sometimes they don't show up at all. But once I mail it out, I have no control, so, I was happy to refund this person their money when they just got tired of waiting. But it wasn't my fault. I mailed the CD. That's all I can do. A recent video, a person mentioned that their father knew the musician Norman Watt Roy. I've always liked that name, Norman Watt Roy. It just caught my, Watt Roy. But I saw him. He's a bass player. Well, I don't know what else he plays, but I saw him playing bass with Ian Dury and the Blockheads. And that was quite a show. Ian Dury and the Blockheads opening for Lou Reed. And the Blockheads blew Lou Reed's ass the hell out of the auditorium as far as who put on a better musical show, who was more together, who was more musically interesting. It was Ian Dury. Lou Reed was fascinating to watch. He was just a train wreck on stage. But musically, Ian Dury just wiped the floor with those guys. And I remember I knew who Norman Watt Roy was already because of his background. One of the bands he was in, among many, is this band Glencoe. Now, this might not, off the top, seem like something that you would find in my collection. This album was given to me by Jeff, Little Short Jeff, remember him? Who comes and goes without saying hello or goodbye. He gave this to me because he knew that I had their second album, which is the one that I rate, The Spirit of Glencoe. This has a song in here I really like called Two on an Island, In Search of a New World. And again, Norman Watt Roy is on this album playing bass. So I wanted to mention that. I do like that fact that the world is so small through social media that these connections to people, literally in the business and in the history of rock, are just right there. We're all right here and can talk to one another. So I just wanted to mention Norman Watt Roy, good musician. The last music that I listened to deeply was Dungen. I mentioned them before. This is their fourth album on white vinyl. Don't understand the language, and that to me is just fine. It's a strange sounding language, but this music is fantastic. To me, this is totally the modern incarnation of what I consider progressive rock, melodic. The changes are quite often, they go not exactly where you think they're going to go. And then some of the voicings on the keyboards and piano, just beautiful chords, wonderful changes. Then they'll do these rock out jams with the guitar and stuff. So there was that. Then I played this split between Dungen and Woods, Myths 03. I think that might be the catalog number. Not quite as entrancing as number 4, but still has those qualities between the two bands. Sounds like what happened here was some playing together, just mixing the two groups of musicians together and kind of jamming. It's nice. It's nice. Oh, okay. Here's one that came to me through the BC. Leandro Kalin, if you happen to still be watching, really enjoyed this a few nights ago. Blameful Isles. Chimerical. I think this is the third or fourth album. And this is sweet. It's also a nice smoky vinyl. This is a nice cross-section of jazz influences, fusion, ambient, and rock. Really good. For a second, we toyed with the idea of me collaborating on one of these, and it didn't come together. that's fine. But to be considered, you know, seriously, to be on one of their records, I thought was an honor in and of itself. I'm just making sure I... Seems like there's... Okay, here's one I overlooked to show. Here's something else that was sent to me. I forget who, but they got it right. This is something that I like. They could kind of tell, well, Dereck will probably like this. Ryan Power. They sell Doomsday. I get the impression this is kind of a one-man band. Todd Rundgren, Vinyl Williams, even Jostaberry. This is some cool stuff. It's like it's inventive, it's melodic, and I grasp for words, but this is the kind of stuff that I like, where it's you don't always know exactly where the music is headed. Ryan Power. This is good. Have I showed everything else? I think I have. Yes, I have. Okay. So that's my hello for today. Hope that the weekend goes well for folks. I just hope for good things for people. Just leave it like that. Okay, take care, y'all.